Reading and interpreting data. Here we want to do reading, stem, and leaf plots. A zookeeper published the following stem leaf plot showing the number of lizards at each major zoo in the country. Now, when you look at a stem leaf plot, what they have here is these are actually the front numbers. These are like almost the numbers that are in the tens place. So what you do is you take these numbers here and you join them with these numbers past the line here to the right. These zero numbers here are actually the single numbers here. So you could say like zero itself, you could say 0, 1, 0, 2, 3, 4, 5, all the way up to 9, or you could use single numbers. Now this 1 represents actually the teens. So the 1 here, if we had another number here such as a 1, we would say that's 11. If there's a 2, we would say 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, all the way up to 19. This right here, this 2 signifies the 20s. So right here where you have 2, 0, you would simply say that this is actually 20. And then when you could say the 2 with the 6, this is actually 26. Here you would say 2 times 8 is 28. And in fact, there's 3 eights repeated, so 28 is actually repeated 3 times. Now, when you come down to the threes represent the numbers in the 30s. So you have 30, which of course would be 30. Then you have 32, which would represent 32. Now you have two sixes here. That would represent 36. Then you would say the 3 with the 7 becomes 37 and then 38. Also notice that these numbers are in order. So again, 0, 2, 4, 6, 6, 7, 8, that's an order. And what they did is they shortcut it, they condensed the numbers down. So again, you take the 3 with these numbers here, you get numbers in the 30s. You take the 2 with these numbers here, you get numbers in the 20s. Now the next one is 4, so this would be your 40s. So you would say 41, and then you would say the 4 and the 2 would be 42, and then you have 6's repeated. So you would say 46 and 46. So what we did was we used the table and we simply wrote out what these numbers are. Now this key right here is a reminder of what I just talked about. When you see a 4 and this 1 with this barrier, separating two numbers, that actually means 41. So now they want to know how many zoos have fewer than 26. So right here is 26. This is our number 26. And how many numbers are less than 26? So the only numbers we have less than 26 is 20. So again, you could write the numbers out like what I just did, or you could simply look at the chart and say, okay, these are in the 40s, these are in the 30s, right here's my 20s. Well, here is 26. We want any number here to the left, so because the left is the smaller number. So we see there's only one number there, which is a 20. So right here, our answer should be 1. So let's move on to the next one. Okay, a zookeeper published the following stem and leaf plot showing the number of lizards at each major zoo in the country. So again, this would be 20, this would be 26, 28, 28, 28. This would be 30, this would be 32, 36, 36, 37, and this would be 38. And this would be our 40s, 41, 42, 46, 46. We only have numbers in here. There's no numbers listed here, so there's no numbers in the teens or no single numbers. There's no numbers in the 50s, nor there's any numbers in the 60s. So what was the smallest numbers of lizards at any one zoo? So what was the smallest number of lizards at any one zoo? Well, the smallest number we have on the chart here looks like it would be 20. 20 should be our smallest number. Okay, let's move on to the next one. So again, this is the government published the following stem and leaf plot showing the number of tigers at each major zoo in the country. Notice right here we have 0, 7. So that means that this is simply 7. Because 0 doesn't have any meaning, so the tens place is just, the number doesn't exist there, so it's just a single 7. Now, when you take this 1 here, this is actually 11, this is actually 14, and this is actually 18. Then you move on to the 20s. Now notice this is 25, 25, 25. That's three 25s. Then you have 26, then you have 27, 27, then you finish up with 29. Again, this is a key to remind you on how to read these numbers. Now at the zoo, actually how many zoos have exactly 27? Well, this is our 2, and there's a 7, and there's a 7. So we know from the previous example that the 2 and the 7 means 27, the 2 and the 7 means 27. So within the 20s, there's two 7s there, so my answer should be 2. Okay, let's go to the next one. A zookeeper created the following stem leaf plot showing the number of tigers at each major zoo in the country. So again, we have 0, 7s. That just simply means 7. 1, 1, that's 11, 14, and 18. In the 20s, we have 25, 25, 3 of those, 26, 27, 27, and 29. There is no numbers for 3 and 4. How many zoos have more than 13? So we want to go past 13. So we have 11, so we have 14, we have 18. We have 25, 25, 25, 26, 27, 27, and 29. So any numbers more than 13. So we ever underline. So that was 14 and 18. 1, 2. These are the 20s. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So it looks like it should be 9 that was more than 13. So let's put that in there and check it. And it's correct.